Well, Kenya is among the 105 countries that committed to ending deforestation by 2030 at the COP26 climate change talks in Glasgow in Scotland. President Uhuru Kenyatta also led African countries in a funds drive to mitigate the effects of climate change on the continent. But back home, there have been questions about the government's commitment to environmental conservation as trees continue to fall to pave way for development projects. NTV's Lofty Matambo explains.
Our joint invitation for this side event.
On Wednesday this week, Kenya committed to lead other African countries under the umbrella Giants Club, joining Uganda, Gabon, Rwanda, Botswana and Mozambique in resource mobilization efforts to climate change mitigation in Africa, especially deforestation and carbon emissions. President Kenyatta promised to implement an ambitious strategy that will see Kenya set up a 550 billion shilling kitty dedicated for trees, while committing to plant an additional 2 billion trees, among other interventions.
Very little investment goes towards nature-based solutions, where the greatest emission reduction opportunities for the African continent exist.
Ambitious is the word to use because environmentalists in Kenya are not convinced. This is the reality on ground. Putting up the mega Nairobi Expressway has brought down thousands of trees so far. Chem Mbatha, better known as Captain Green, is one of the environmentalists who has spent sleepless nights because of these. He has tried going everywhere, including parliament buildings, since the COP26 conference commenced, to air his reservations over the poor state of conservation.
Sitakula, sitakunywa hata maji. Ndo hao viongozi waweze kuona umuhimu kabisa wa kusimamisha ukataji. Nitakaa siku 7.
According to Transport CS James Masharia, the Nairobi Expressway is 64% complete and should be ready in the coming 6 months.
Kitu walipitisha wakasema hati ukataji miti uishe by mwaka wa 2030 ikome. Ukataji miti uishe saa hii. Ni kubaya zaidi.
Efforts to stop the construction by these conservationists have proved futile. On June 2nd, 2020, the Greenbelt movement moved to court, backed up by Dandora Community Justice Center and Natural Justice Katiba Institute, to sue the National Environmental Management Authority NEMA and China Road and Bridges Corporation Kenya CRBC as first and second respondents, with an effort to stop the construction, citing error in issuing Environmental and Social Impact Assessment ASIA license, as well as Environmental Impact Assessment report that will substantively impact the environment and viability of the project.
Kusema kwamba kuna miti fulani ya kiasili isiguzwe, kuna maeneo fulani hata ya ibada ya kanisa yasikuzwe.
On 21st August 2019, NEMA informed Kenya that even though the proposed project had not been approved, the president could nevertheless proceed with the presidential launch of the project. 27 kilometers running all the way from Lolongo to James Gishuru at a cost of 62 billion shillings. It was launched on October 20th the same year.
Huwezi pewa cheti kama sisi tuko na dugudugu na tuko na wasiwasi kwamba tutaumia, na pia niyo barabara ambayo ni mzuri sana ni ya wachache, ni ya watu wachache sana. Takrimu zile tuko nazo ni magari kama 20,000 ambayo yatakuwa anaweza kupanda pale, ama watu 20,000 kwa siku. Je, hawa zaidi ya 480,000 watatumia nini?
Apart from the expressway, other areas have witnessed the construction of forest to pave way for what is termed by many as concrete jungle. Agikuyu elders completed their second phase of rituals to allow one of the oldest and traditional trees, Mugumo, to be cut down to allow expansion of the Kenol Marua Road.
Tumeangalia miti ilipandwa zaidi ya karne. Miti ambayo itatuchukua miaka na karne zingine kuweza kurudisha.
For now, Kenya has a 7.2% of forest cover. It's not clear how the 10% target will be achieved by the year 2020, if developments are given a priority over forest conservation.
Idadi ya miti iko zaidi ya 3,000 ambayo inafaa irejeshwe, lakini kwa Mkenya ambaye anatusikiza ni kwamba tunaangalia ule umuhimu wa ile miti ambayo inaondolewa. Hiyo miti ndio inasafisha gesi chafu. Miti ndio imefanya kwamba hewa ya Nairobi ikaweza kubadilika, sababu kuna ile ya kimombo ambayo tunasema air quality, viwango za air quality katika jiji letu la Nairobi.
In order to get 10% forest cover, Kenya needs 48 billion shillings, a third of what has been set aside for the Nairobi Expressway. A case of uprooted and misplaced priorities, according to the conservationists. The case to stop Nairobi Expressway construction will be heard and determined in December. Lofty Matambo, NTV.